Alan. I'll be your host for this evening's webinar. I'm calling in to you from Bangkok in Thailand. I see this evening we have people from all over, from the USA, Sweden, Finland, Norway, Spain, many other countries. If I haven't mentioned you, Pakistan, just type it in the box so we know where you're from. Ireland, welcome, John Barrett from Ireland. So we're getting a really nice cross section. What's also exciting for me is to see lots of new names, people I haven't seen before on these webinars. As you know, I do these webinars several times a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 2 different time slots. I've already done a webinar evening so far for the Asian market and time slot, and this one is really primarily aimed for the Western and European market. Now, we've had today actually a very exciting day here in Bangkok because we had an event with 550 people where Dr. Ruja came and spoke. Ayala and partner Sebastian Greenwood. And we recognized our Thai leaders as well, many of whom have achieved the Ruby rank, and of course they were given their iPhones, and some also achieved the Emerald rank so far, which is the which also gets them the MacBook Air. But more on that in a second. But really, what's really exciting is to see the numbers. You know, if you looked at the counter on the front of the website, we're over 51,000 people now, and it's, you know, China is still number one. China is still 65% of the business so far, but other countries are coming on strong. You know, just 2 months ago, Thailand, for example, was you know, really low down in the numbers. You know, our number two country was Finland, and then Malaysia. Now Thailand is number two with you know, about 3,000 members, and that's all grown in the last 2 months. And I think it's probably largely due to the fact that myself and Juha and Sebastian are based here as well. So, but it just shows you what can happen when you put a concerted effort into building a particular market, because obviously your physical presence makes a difference. But anyway, more of that later. Let's go on with this evening's presentation. I've got an announcement for you this evening, which I think is going to get all of you very, very excited. It was announced by Dr. Ruja today at the event for Thailand, and I'm going to be letting you know about it also tonight on tonight's webinar. So I think you're going to be very, very excited with the news I give you. So let's move ahead. You know, I've been in this industry for a long time, since 1985. That makes it 29 years. And like many of you, I've been around and I've seen lots of things. I've done lots of things. I've sold lots of things, from nutrition and cosmetic products to telephone systems to jewelry to perfumes, you name it. I've been involved in a whole range of things. And you know, the most exciting one so far in my career is the one I'm involved in now, which is OneCoin, because to me it's the most lucrative. In many ways it's the easiest, and it checks all the boxes. Regardless of that, you need to satisfy yourself that it checks the boxes for you. You know, and when you join a company or when people are presenting an opportunity, you need to ask some serious questions to make sure that you're doing the right thing. You see, none of us like to make mistakes, and of course we've all made mistakes. We've joined companies we shouldn't have, and things have not always gone the right way. But if we ask the right questions, we can minimize those mistakes. So I put together a kind of checklist, and these are the kind of checklist questions that I ask if someone comes to me. Number one, what is it? In this case, what is OneCoin? And by the way, I'm going to answer all of these questions this evening. Who's behind it? I want to know who's running the company. What's their expertise? Who are they? You know, some companies you can't even find out who the owners are. And for me, that's a huge red flag. I wouldn't join a company if I didn't even know who was owning it, who was running it. I want to know it's legal. I don't want to get into trouble for promoting something. I don't want to put my time and energy into something only to find out it gets shut down because it's illegal. I also want to know, is it real? And by real, what I mean is there a product or service that you can market to people who are not members of the network? Can people who are not members of the network, would people who are not members of the network pay for such a product or service? You know, there are many network businesses out there where the only customers are in the network, and that's a red flag for the authorities as well. How do I make money? What kind of business model have we got? Well, we've got two here actually: income and cash flow, and capital growth. Not many businesses can give you both. Is it simple? I want to know, can I do it? Can my friends do it? Can my family do it? Is it something anybody can do? If it isn't, it's not going to duplicate. And then I want to know about my strategies. What do I want in the short term? What about my medium to long term, say, 1 to 2 years? And what about my exits? Exits, well, is a financial term really. It just means, how do I get my money out? There are many money games out there that people think they're making good money with. You can see in their back office, yet they can't withdraw a single penny. And I keep saying to people, if you can't spend it, it's not real. So what is OneCoin? Well, it's a new type of cryptocurrency. Now, cryptocurrency is a new type of mathematically created currency on the internet using an algorithm or cryptography. And it's based upon the first one, which is called Bitcoin, and still the largest in terms of market capitalization. Bitcoin has a market cap of about $2.5 billion at the moment, although it looks like we're going to be able to catch up with them and overtake Bitcoin within the next 1 year or 2 years at the latest. OneCoin is not a pre-mined currency. In other words, the company did not create coins with the intention of selling them. The members actually get the opportunity to create the market, mine the coins, and keep all the profits. OneCoin is actually simply an education company, as you'll see. But the OneCoin itself will be traded on a public exchange. That's one way you will know that it's a real product, because it can be sold to members of the public. And as you'll see, the compensation plan is fair and lucrative, and yet very, very simple. Now, when I first heard about this about 6 months ago, my background, as I just said, is from various product-based businesses. I've created 3 different skincare lines. So, I didn't understand even what an algorithm was. And I certainly didn't understand all it is a mathematical puzzle. But I didn't know that you could have multiple answers to a mathematical puzzle. Well, in this case, OneCoin's algorithm can produce exactly 2.1 billion solutions, or as they are called, coins. Bitcoins can produce 21 million coins or solutions. The important thing to note, though, is the algorithm for a bona fide cryptocurrency has a finite number or fixed number of solutions or outcomes, and each time the computer solves it and gets one, it's called a coin. Now, I tried to understand how to explain this to people, and I thought, well, okay, here's a simple way. What if I wanted to create a new currency with just 3 coins? I would come up with a question or algorithm that says, how do I make the number 5? And then I'd set my computer to work. And the computer would crunch the numbers and come up with the first answer and say, okay, 3 plus 2 equals 5. Tick, I get a coin. Then the computer would keep going and come up with a new answer. Say, well, 4 plus 1 also equals 5. Okay, correct, I get a second coin. And the third and final answer of that puzzle is 5 plus 0 also equals 5. So in that case, I would create 3 different coins because there are 3 different answers to the question, how do you 5? So in our case, we've got an algorithm that actually has 2.1 billion answers, or 2.1 billion coins. And that's really all it is. So mining coins in the terminology of cryptocurrency is simply the computer finding solutions to the algorithm. I told people today when I did a small training, I said, you really need to learn 3 stories. And here's the first story. You need to learn the Bitcoin story. Then you also need to know the OneCoin story. And then finally, you'll need to know your own story, because that's what you're going to be selling to people and promoting as you build your business. So here's Bitcoin story, because that was the first cryptocurrency. You see, it started in January 2009 and started trading when people started mining the coins first for about 10 cents. That's US cents. Nothing much happened with it for the first year and a half. Then, as you see, or 2.5 years later, it rose to $35. So it's a 350-fold increase. At this point, people started to take notice and think, wow, there might be some profit in this, an investment opportunity. And as you can see later on, and 2 years ago and a year ago, the real investors got on board and they piled in, forcing the price artificially high to $1,200. It has since dropped to around $200, which is probably more realistic. But you see, any market that rises that quickly will also usually drop that quickly because of profit taking. However, that is the Bitcoin story. And as you'll see, OneCoin has the possibility of achieving this and more. Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency. OneCoin is a worthy, because we're not just a copy of Bitcoin, we actually do it better, as you'll see. Now, Bitcoin, for your information, has an algorithm that can mine 21 million coins. To date, they've mined 13 million. And with all cryptocurrencies, what happens is, as you mine more and more of the coins, as you find more and more of the answers to the puzzle, it gets successively harder, and you need successively greater resources in terms of electricity, in terms of servers and computing power, and it gets more expensive. So therefore, the price goes up as the difficulty increases. This is a mathematical certainty. In our case, the price is that we have other pressures forcing the price up, which is the growing membership base around the world of dedicated miners, that's you, who are looking to build the business, looking to mine the coins. The more people who mine and own the OneCoins, the more money everybody will make, because the price will go up for everybody. This shows you that, only 6 years ago, you could use a regular computer and mine 1 Bitcoin every hour. Now you need huge servers in data centers, and people are clubbing together in mining pools because they just can't do it alone. It's too expensive. And it's still taking about 1.5 years for the average Bitcoin miner to become profitable, because Bitcoin has mined over 50% of what they are able to mine. So it's getting harder and harder. Bitcoin, in my view, is a solid business, solid product, but the big growth is probably over. You're probably not going to see the huge gains that it's seen in the past. And I think you're better off spending your time and your money with OneCoin. The first recorded offline Bitcoin transaction happened in 2010 when a man decided he wanted to order some pizza. He probably didn't know what the Bitcoins were worth, and certainly the pizza shop owner probably didn't. So he traded 10,000 Bitcoins he had mined for a pizza. Well, I'm sure he wishes he had held on to his money, because even today that pizza would still be worth $2.5 million. At its height, that pizza would have been worth $12.5 million because of the price. But at the moment, $2.5 million, but still the most expensive pizza in the world. And the moral of the story is, don't use or spend your coins too soon. Now, why are we better than Bitcoin? Well, we're better in a number of areas. We're not just a copy. We have a more secure and advanced algorithm. We have a smaller denomination, 2.1 billion versus 21 million. There'll be more coins in circulation in the hands of many more users or owners, and therefore the volatility will be a lot less. You cannot have a real currency which is highly volatile like Bitcoin, up one day, down the next. It will be marketed also through to the public through the One Exchange. So it's a single point of entry to the marketplace, unlike Bitcoin, which has multiple exchanges, and of course they're all selling it at different prices. OneCoin will be mined in mining pools from the start, so you don't have to invest in huge computers or servers. And if your friend across the street's got a faster computer than you, there's no benefit to them. So it's very equitable. Also, OneCoin uses KYC, or Know Your Customer procedures, just like every bank, and can't be abused for illegal reasons. One of the problems with Bitcoin is that it is anonymous, and that anonymity is what attracted a lot of criminals, including drug dealers, to use it to buy drugs and other things on the internet. That cannot happen with OneCoin, and it will make it much more attractive for institutional investors to buy it and hold it. So the other thing, as I said, OneCoin is at a very early stage. You're getting in right at the beginning. Bitcoin is already quite mature. So who's behind OneCoin? You need to know who's running the company. Well, this is Dr. Ruja Ignatova. Dr. Ruja is 34 years old. She has a master's in law from Oxford, a master's in economics from Constance, and a PhD in European business law from Oxford and Constance. After university, she went to McKinsey & Company, the large management consultancy, where she worked with various banks and financial institutions on corporate banking, private equity, and so on. So I think it goes without saying that if you're going to get involved in a cryptocurrency or a financial-based business, someone with a huge background in finance and law is probably a good person to have on the team or even controlling the finances of the company, and that's Dr. Ruja. As you can see, she's worked for various major banks like Sberbank, UniCredit, Allianz, and so on, Deutsche Bank. She's been nominated and awarded Businesswoman of the Year twice in Bulgaria, and won twice. I was at the award ceremony in December, just gone. She's also worked for other cryptocurrencies and published 2 books, one in German and one in Chinese. Now, if you've got any doubts about her background, as some people do, well, here you go. These are her awards and certificates. There's her Oxford degree and so on. You know, the facts are there for people to see and to give you the confidence that she's the real deal. You know, she really has a huge reputation she wants to protect, so she's not going to get involved in anything that's, let's say, less than clean and less than whiter than white. Who am I? People say, well, you know, you're the one doing the webinars. Who are you? Well, I've been involved in this industry for 29 years, and I started in 1985 as a distributor with Herbalife, and I've built organizations with nutritional companies and skincare. I've created 3 different skincare lines and been written up in books on various areas. I've also worked with major network marketing companies to help them bring their operations into Europe and so on. Why am I telling you this? Well, simply to show you this. I'm not an expert in cryptocurrency, yet I can still make money with cryptocurrency, just like you. You don't have to become an expert in cryptocurrency. It doesn't really matter what your background is. It doesn't matter what you've done before. You just need to understand the facts and share the tools, share the webinars, share the website, share everything that we do, the events, like we just had in Thailand just today with 550 people. Start using the tools and the events, and you can make money. You don't have to become a financial expert. That's Dr. Ruja's job. You just need to do what you've always done in network marketing, which is talk to people, okay? That's what we do. We talk to people. What about the company structure? Well, it's a Gibraltar company, which, as you know, is in Europe, and it's an offshore tax-efficient state. But actually, we run most of our operations in Sofia in Bulgaria with our IT team there. There's about 50 people there so far. The primary activity of OneCoin, as I mentioned, is not selling coins. We don't sell coins or currency. We actually are an education company. We have, when people buy our packages, they're buying online education taught by Dr. Ruja on how to make money and profit from cryptocurrency. What you see here on the right is a legal opinion letter from an independent German law firm stating that, in their opinion, the OneCoin is a legitimate product. What they're really saying is they've had an opportunity to examine the source code and the algorithm, and they're satisfied it is exactly what Dr. Ruja says it is, a real cryptocurrency, not a fake one. What about legality? Well, you know, if something's traded on Wall Street, I think it's fair to say it's legal. And you see these guys here are the Winklevoss twins. They, if you watch the movie The Social Network about the start of Facebook, you'll see that they were at university with Mark Zuckerberg and ended up suing him for a fortune because they claimed he stole their idea. I believe they won, but it looks like they've invested their money in a Bitcoin trust. They're now heavy hitters and big investors on Wall Street. This is called a blockchain. Now, blockchain basically is a new terminology in cryptocurrency, and it's where you see all of the activity of the blocks being mined. If you can imagine, if there was a real mine, you'd be, or real printing press, you'd be minting coins. So it's blocks, and it's done in a chain in the sense that they're all linked together. So a blockchain shows you all of the transactions, all the mining, all the buying and selling that happens, in this case with Bitcoin, because you can go to this website, it's called blockchain.info. We have our own blockchain, so all transactions are streamed live into our back office. I'll be updating some of these slides in the next couple of days. We've only just started mining the OneCoin, so some of the newer information will be on here probably by next week. As I said, our core activity is actually selling online education. Actually, there's 5 levels of education, going from starter up to tycoon trader package, from 100 euros to 5,000 euros, all giving you a greater degree of education with interactive material presented by Dr. Ruja. Now, the interesting thing about the education packages is they all get some free items, and they get free tokens. Now, these tokens are what you use to mine the OneCoin. You have a choice. You can actually sell your tokens to other members and cash out, so you'll always make more money than the package cost you, or you can hold on to them and mine the OneCoin. Now, again, this slide needs updating, because here's the news I'm going to give you tonight, and I think you're going to be very happy about this. Dr. Ruja announced today that, you see, what happens, all of the packages will split, which means you end up with double the quantity of tokens. And if you've got a tycoon package, it will split 2 times, okay? So, you know, if you've got 60,000 tokens, they'll go to 120, and then they'll split again to 240,000 tokens. And then I was advising people last week that that's when you then mine the coins, because of course you'll get more coins, because you need at least 5 tokens for every coin. Well, here's the great news, guys. Dr. Ruja has announced that it doesn't matter anymore. If you buy a package, whatever package you've got, you can start mining the coins immediately and still benefit from the split. Now, I hope you understand what I just said. You can start mining the coins immediately and still benefit from the split. It'll be like giving you an overdraft facility on your account. So if you have a tycoon package today, you can start mining the coins with your 60,000 tokens. And by the way, if you go on to automatic mining, you check the box automatic mining, it's not just 5 tokens per 1 coin. You can actually get them for 4 tokens for 1 coin. So if you mine straight away and the split comes in, say, let's say it comes next month, okay, you will still get the credit of another 60,000 tokens you can mine again. And if you've got a tycoon package, let's suppose it splits again in another month and a half, then you'll get 120,000 tokens or equivalent to mine again. So to show so that you would have got the full 240,000 tokens that you would have done had you waited for all the splits before you started mining. I can see Alex gets it. I can see Alejandro gets it. And I hope many of you on here will get it and understand the power of what I've just told you here. Now, as I also said to you, if you go onto automatic mining, you're able to use your tokens and get. Remember, token. By the way, once the coin difficulty, mining difficulty increases, it won't always be at 5 tokens per coin. It might go up to 50 tokens per coin a year or 2 from now. So everyone here is getting in with a huge advantage, huge. Okay. But if you go into automatic mining, you can get them for 4 tokens per coin. That means if you have let's say a tycoon package, okay, it's going to split twice, right? So 60,000 tokens goes to 120, splits again to 240. Divide 240,000 tokens by 4 gives you the number of OneCoins you can mine. That's 60,000 OneCoins. The OneCoins will start with a value of €0.5. So that's 30,000 euros. You've just made a portfolio of 30,000 euros from a 5,000 euro purchase of a tycoon package. That's how powerful this is, okay? And of course, is there no wonder why people are buying multiple tycoon packages when they can afford it, and which is why we have so many people maxing out the plan. We've got over 50 people maxing the compensation plan so far. And that's in, what, 4.5 months? This is where one is estimated to be a year from now. It's going to start with a value when we start mining, which is now, and start trading it at €0.5. It's estimated it can go to, in first year, probably €5. And our current rate of growth, it could go to 10, but let's not run away with ourselves here. If it goes from €0.5 to €5, that's a 10-fold increase, okay? So if you've got a 30,000 euro portfolio now, and it increases in value over the next year by 10 times, you could be looking at 300,000 euros. That's just on your package price. That's without having built a team. That's without recruiting a single person. This is very, very exciting, guys. What about 3 years? Well, here's the estimate. This would blow your mind if it went to 100 euros per coin and you held onto it for 3 years and sold at this point. I mean, I don't think anyone on this call tonight has made so much money so easily in this industry. I doubt it strongly. Here's a picture or a screenshot of our trading platform. This shows you where the coins can be traded and the tokens can be traded, but I don't see anyone selling any tokens now. Everyone's going to be just going straight into mining. And here is what's known as the split barometer. So every time this reaches 100%, it will split. So you'll double the quantity of tokens. Every package will split 1 time. Tycoon package splits 2 times. This is a slide I put together a while back showing you the different strategies, whether you've got a short-term strategy, which means you sell all your tokens, which no one's going to be doing now, or if you hold on to them and invest them all in the mining, or if you have a balanced strategy, which means you sell some to recover your initial cost of starting and really adapt or adopt the rest for mining the one coin, but huge returns whatever you do. People sometimes ask, how do you create membership, or sorry, value for the membership? Well, in the first instance, we give speculation. That's one way of getting it. People can get in, buy and sell. Then, of course, you've got this value store. That's what get in and buy and hold. They're just looking for a price increase. But later on, and you see this doesn't start at the beginning, maybe a year from now, an area we call utility. And utility just means, how do you utilize the product? So we're going to give you ways to spend it, ways to use it in the real world. One of which is that you'll have a debit card attached to your OneCoin account that you can actually spend directly at shops and restaurants and so on. So you'll be able to spend them really anywhere, anytime you like. So in a nutshell, what we're talking about here is the synopsis. It's innovative, it's secure, it's real. This is not a copy of Bitcoin. It's actually much better than Bitcoin. It's 100% mined by members, so you keep all the profits. You join mining pools straight away, so everyone has an equal chance. The real-time mining watched by all members in the back office. And remember this, the early bird catches the worm. Early joiners profit from the low mining difficulty and price. That is now, guys, everyone on this call, everyone even in the organization. There's over 51,000 people so far. But you know what? In global terms, that's nothing. A year from now, we'll have maybe 500,000 or 1 million people. Who knows? So 51,000, you are all in right at the beginning. So how do you make money in the plan? Let's talk about that. Okay. Let's suppose you're a networker. You want to make money by building a team. Well, we've got 5 packages: starter, trader, pro trader, executive, and tycoon trader. Okay. Each one gets a successively better or higher level education, right through to level 5 in the academy. And of course, the price goes up from 100 to 5,000 euros. You'll notice straight away, if you're a networker, that our bonus value, or BV, is equal to the euro. It's 100%. So there's no penalty there. And every package gets free tokens, but you can see straight away the Tycoon Trader has the best return on investment. You also get some free Aurum gold coins. I haven't mentioned before, but this is something you get a free gift. And of course, all packages except starter get their debit card thrown in for good measure. So how do you make money? Number one, and by the way, this is so simple. It's going to take me just 2 minutes to go through the plan. And you know, that's what you want. If you want to make money, you want a plan that anyone can explain in just a couple of minutes. You don't want to be spending a whole day in training, learning the plan. This is how simple this is. Direct sales bonus. Everyone, whatever package they buy, you get 10%. End of story. You sponsor me, I buy a Tycoon package, which I would do because it's the best return on investment. I pay 5,000 euros. You get 500 euros. Simplest money you've ever made. Network bonus or binary bonus is a non-qualifying weak leg binary. In other words, you get paid straight away 10% on all the sales in your weaker leg. You don't have to put one each side and qualify the position in any way to start earning on that. Again, same thing applies. Someone sponsors a Tycoon package in your weaker leg, that's 500 euros simply on one sale. Is there any wonder people are maxing out and capping in this plan so quickly and buying other positions? Third, we've got matching bonus. One of my favorites here. One of the simplest matching bonuses I've ever seen in this industry. 2 25% on the 4th level. And the only qualification here is 2 trader packages, which is 500 euros each, one on the left and one on the right. Sponsor 2 people, or buy them yourself. You can do that too. There's no limit on what you can own here. You can have as many packages as you wish. And as you can see, all of the packages except starter get matching bonus on the 1st level. Some get it on the 2nd, but then it really gets exciting with the executive and tycoon, who get 20% on the 3rd and 25% on the 4th. Now, I've done a little example over here just to show you how this can play out. And of course, I'm not going to concentrate on the others. Let's just look at tycoon and imagine what you could do. Imagine if you just had a very, very small group. Small is you go out and find 2, help them find 2, help them find 2, and so on, right? That's 30 people in 4 generations. Imagine they're all only earning an average of 100 euros per week. Your matching bonus on that example would be 620 euros per week. But you know what? This is below average. The average in our industry sponsors somewhere between 2 and 3 people. So this would be a below average matching bonus. So let's imagine that you were just slightly above average and you do 50% more work. Okay, you go out and find 3, help them find 3, and so on through 4 generations. Look what happens to your matching bonus. You could be earning nearly 3,000 euros a week just in matching bonus. Everyone on this call isn't just above average. You're all leaders. You wouldn't be on this call this early in the company's development unless you were a leader. And leaders don't stop at 3 people. They go out and get 5 or 10 or 20 people. So imagine what happens if you build an organization with just 5 who get 5 who get 5. And they're all earning just 100 euros a week in the binary. Just look what you can get just in your matching bonus alone. That's nearly 80,000 euros per month just in matching bonus. Okay, I don't know plans out there that pay so much, so easily, so lucratively. And this doesn't include any other area of income. In addition, you've got startup bonus. Your first 30 days, all the sales you make in your first 30 days, as long as it's over 5,500 euros, you get a further 10%. Okay, so now you're getting as much as 20% on all direct sales in your first 30 days. Now, if the money wasn't to excite you, we also have our recognition and rewards program. We rewarded and recognized some people here today in Thailand at the Ruby and Emerald level, where they get iPhone 6s and MacBook Airs. And we even got a couple of people up at the Blue Diamond and Black Diamond levels already, where they've received Rolexes. They're due to go on a diamond trip, and so on and so forth. And the top position, Crown Diamond, gets 500,000 euros in Aurum gold coins in their account in their name in Dubai. It's almost like getting it tax-free. Well, what about this? What about some extra freebies? You know, when you join, you get also 1 life points adding in your account every single day. And guess what? You don't even have to do anything for that. This is just a reward from the company, just to say thank you for getting in early. Everyone who joins after you anywhere in the world adds to your points. And of course, these points, you're going to be able to cash them in. They're just like reward points, just like air miles or holiday or hotel club points or whatever. So you'll be able to cash these in for other rewards like holidays and luxury watches. You know, so if you didn't win anything or award anything in the recognition table, you could probably end up buying your own Rolex watch just through this method as well. Lastly, the Aurum coin. This is a hybrid cryptocurrency. Do not confuse it with the OneCoin. It's almost like a sister company. It's a partner company. And everyone who joins, whatever package you buy, you get Aurum gold coins. And Aurum gold coins are a Dubai-based currency that backs up every coin that they find or discover or mine with 1 milligram of pure gold. And look what you get here. As a tycoon trader, you're getting 2,500 Aurum gold coins, or 2.5 grams of pure gold in your name, just as a complete thank you from the company for joining. Okay, you don't even have to do anything for that either, and you'll be able to trade these on the One Exchange as well if you wish. How do I get paid? That's the question I keep getting asked. So it's very simple. There's 3 ways to get paid. Number 1, you can get your One card, your debit card, with your pack. You'll be able to sign up for that very shortly. And of course, you can simply transfer or withdraw your commissions from your back office and withdraw them from any ATM, and we'll spend them on your MasterCard. The other way, of course, is you can have your commissions transferred from your back office to any bank account in the world. Thirdly, and probably the simplest and quickest way to get your hands on your money, is when you've got money in your cash or earnings account, simply use that money to buy gift codes that you can sell to new members. So let's suppose I wanted to join the business, I wanted a Tycoon package, and you got 5,000 euros sitting in your cash account on your online. You simply go in, buy a gift code, sell me that. I give you the 5,000 euros cash, and I redeem that code to buy my Tycoon package. It's as simple as that. So without any further ado, I just really wanted to cover all these things this evening and say thank you so much for joining us. I hope you've been excited by the news you've heard tonight. Go out and build it. Dr. Ruja will be conducting 2 special webinars at the same time slots on Thursday night, okay? And so on Thursday night, she will be covering all aspects of mining, okay? So you need to be on that call on Thursday night. You need to get all of your team on Thursday night to be on that call. You need to hear Dr. Ruja live. You need to learn and understand everything you need to know about OneCoin mining so you can maximize your opportunity. I don't have any time for questions right now, Fernanda, but you're going to be able to review this presentation online on our YouTube channel and our Facebook account tomorrow. And I'm going to say thank you very much and good night. I appreciate you all.